Hello, welcome.
Hello, Karina.
Hi there, how you doing, Paul?
Good.
You good?
Very well, thank you very much, and good to see you again.
And you. It's almost Christmas. I was looking out the wrapping paper this morning, that's why I'm thinking, like, oh my goodness, it's just next week.
Well, you're way behind the pace, mate. It's all done here.
Yeah. All right, so Paul and Gail so far, welcome. See who else comes on. This will be the last Friday before Christmas, won't it? Yeah. Next Friday's Christmas Eve. Oh.
Karina, I wonder if you could send me a little message telling me how much an individual class would cost. How I'm just me, one-to-one. I was thinking in the new year, I've got a wedding coming up in the middle of February and I'm a bit anxious about it. So I need my yoga. So I was thinking if I could have an individual class at some time that suited us both.
Oh, yeah.
How much it would cost.
All right, I'll send you. What's the best way? Email or phone message? Yeah. Email. Yeah. Okay, email. I'll do that later after class. No problem.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. There's Alcira. Hello, good afternoon. And did someone help you, Gail, about access and recordings as well? You know what you're doing with that?
Somebody told me I should ask them. I have to apologize for upsetting you earlier, but
don't worry.
This is where I was coming from. I'm anxious about this wedding in the middle of February, and to be without my yoga, I just panicked. So I'm so sorry if I upset you. I didn't mean to, but I just panicked that I wasn't going to get my yoga.
Yeah, no problem. I understand. Thank you.
So are you all set?
Yes, but it doesn't start until the last Friday in January. So all of January, the Friday afternoon class is the same.
Right.
It doesn't change till the last Friday in January is the first day of the course. So on that Friday, there'll be a recording. So you would just come onto your Zoom at the same time and click the same way, and the recording should just come up. That'll be on the last Friday of January. And then it's for 12 Fridays altogether. 2 of them, actually, I'm going to miss the course because I'm hoping it's all looking good. We're going to India for a couple of weeks in February. It's been so long, Gail. I've missed it so much. And John's never been, so I'm like super excited to take him. But just like a 10-day trip, and we'll go to the school and see all the kids. And I'm just keeping everything crossed that it all goes to plan with this.
Yeah, that'd be really amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait. But it does mean I miss, with this course that I'm doing, it's 12 Fridays, but I think you can, obviously life gets in the way sometimes, so you do get excused if you miss 2, and then you catch up on recordings, the same as class, really. So, it's all set. And there will be, the Friday class will be on at 6:30 at night, 6:15 at night. I know that's not good for everyone, but it might suit some people. And then, those who don't could still do a recorded class at the time that they're used to. So Kippy will walk you through every step, I'm sure.
Okay.
All right, we have Ruth.
Well,
sorry, Gail.
That is exciting news, a trip to India. How long is it since you've been? How long?
It just seems like at the moment unbelievable. And then we were talking about it and contacted my contacts in India. And then John just said, right, let's just book it. And he went on and booked the flights. So we've got one of these flights that obviously you can change the dates if the virus gets in the way or anything like that. So just a few days where the school is and a few days in Kerala. It's my 2 favourite places. So I'd obviously like to do more, but you can't do too much in 10 days. It's a lot of travelling. But yeah, super excited. It's a year tomorrow since I landed in Atlanta. It's a whole year.
Wow.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
John was leaving for work this morning. He's like, so where are we going tomorrow night? And I'm like, well, where are we going tomorrow night? He says, well, we have to go out and celebrate. It's a year tomorrow. I was like, oh, I didn't click.
Very good.
I know, it's so good. Right, we should get started. That is time. So we have Paul and Gail, Alcira, it's a quiet one today. Val sometimes comes on, but we'll see if anyone else comes on. So thank you all so much for coming on board. Let's lie back in preparation. Okay. You have to excuse me if I wince or make any strange faces today because I had my COVID booster day before yesterday and I was so ill yesterday. I never felt that with the 2 first doses, but the booster really flattened me. And my left arm, I can hardly lift it above shoulder height. So I'll do my best to stay with you and you'll understand if I make funny faces. So this week's class is entitled, we did it on Saturday, so some of you, this might be your second time going through it. It's called Appreciation. And as you lie there in Shavasana, be very appreciative of the fact that you are there, of you and your body. And appreciate your body all the way through every single pose we attempt. Appreciate places that feel very available to you in your body. And also the places that cause you maybe a little bit discomfort. Appreciate your body because it's been with you all your life and it will be with you all your life. Through love and loss, pleasure and pain, challenges and growth. It deserves appreciation for every experience it's given you and supported you through. As you lie in preparation Shavasana, corpse pose, you are breathing. So again, appreciate the fact that your lungs are expanding and bringing in the oxygen, the energy, the prana. And as you exhale, try to let go of any tension, body and mind. There's a beautiful love song that's for each and every one of us, for the importance of being here and our experience here on earth, and the immense value that each and every one of us provide. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om. Now, as you take your next big lungful of breath, come into a full body stretch, reaching your arms overhead along your mat behind you and pressing away through toes or heels, whatever feels best. And just exhale while you're there. And then inhale again to try and stretch your whole body a little bit further. And then exhale and release. And as you bring your arms back down by your side, bend your knees and now do the opposite. Tuck everything into your middle. Drawing your knees in, holding them, squeezing them, perhaps lifting your head off the floor, tucking your chin in. And then when you feel ready to, roll to one side or rock up centrally, and let's come all the way up to standing, all the way up. We're just going to do some gentle warm-ups around our spine, back of legs, shoulders, etc. So first thing I want you to do is just have your feet about the width of the external part of your hips, so a nice space there. And then bring your chin in towards your throat. Let your arms hang really heavy in front. A tiny bend in your knees. And then roll down as if you have no control over your muscles and bones. You're just like a rag doll. So remember to let your head go. Relaxing your neck. Letting your arms hang but not touch the floor. So if they touch the floor, come up a little. And then take your arms right and left in an easy swinging pendulum way until you feel like your shoulders are releasing their hold on your arms. And your arms are getting heavier and more relaxed, releasing tightness in the joints. And then when you feel ready to, please bend your knees and place your hands on your thighs and rise all the way up. Bring your feet in just a tiny bit, not all the way together. The shoulders and the hips are very similar joints, so let's think about how the hips are feeling today. And taking your weight onto one leg, it doesn't really matter which one first, bring the opposite knee up in front. You can hold onto a wall if you wish. And begin to take the lifted leg outwards in a nice circle from the hip joint all the way around. One more time, and then when you finish this one with the same leg, bring it in and across the other leg to make a circle. An inward rotation feels slightly different, uses different muscles in the glutes. Two more. Feel like a footballer when I do this. And then bring that leg to stationary and lift up the other one, drawing up your pelvic floor as you do that. Outward first, about 5 big circles each direction. Good. And after those 5 or so, same leg comes across the body in a circle. Notice which way it prefers to circle, if it has a preference in your hip. One more, and then relax. Now this time we'll take our feet much wider, not as wide as they can go, but comfortably wide for what we call the wood chopper. I always say on this one, if you ever get dizzy when you come up from a forward bend, then take twice as long to come up. Maybe bend your knees first, then come up with your arms. However, if you're okay going up and down, you don't get dizzy, then come with me. We're going to interlace our hands, point our index fingers, and imagine we're holding an axe. And as we breathe in through our nose, let's bring our arms up. It's a little bit tender in my arm. And then bend your knees, breathe out, chop the wood, and hang for a second or two. And then all the way back above your head, breathing in and down. You can breathe out through the mouth there as you go down. Inhale through the nose, an explosive exhale. 3 more. Swing your axe, chop the wood. Swing and chop. On this last one coming up, you're going to stay down and again, just let your hands go. And this time swing them forward and back rather than side to side. Let your head hang. Feel the energy moving through the back body. And now again, gently bend your knees, put your hands on your thighs and rise. Bring your feet to a comfortable distance apart and bring your fingertips up onto your shoulders. With the weight of your elbows pulling down, feel your shoulder blades slide down. Keep the tummy muscles lifted and then rotate the shoulders by pulling the elbows together. Open and down, together and around. I felt like I had the flu yesterday. My body was shaking cold 1 minute, hot sweats the next. It was even sore to let my clothes touch my skin. It was awful, awful what these injections do, but hopefully it's for the greater good. Go behind you with your elbows the next time, bring them up and round. That's sore. Push back, up, forward and down. 2 more. It's probably good to move it a little bit. And release, relax. Well done. We're now going to come into some super soul sun salutations. These are the ones that I suggest, and that's a big word, suggest only, not like we must do this, that once we start to get a little bit warmer, we can jump to low plank, we can jump to the squat, but you can keep stepping, you do not have to jump. So we come towards the front short end of our mat and get even more thoroughly warmed up. Begin with our arms by our side in a lovely mountain, nice and tall, strong and grounded. You might want to just look at your feet for a moment, spread your toes, kick out your heels a little, and feel really good connection. And take the energy from your feet, from the earth, all the way up your body. As you inhale, raise your hands and bring them together at your heart. Exhale. Breathing in, let the arms go all the way up without a back bend. And as you breathe out and bring the hands together again, take them into Padma Mudra. Thumb and pinky touching, other fingers open like a beautiful flower at your heart. You can gaze into your flower and think about what you appreciate most today. Taking that appreciation deep into your heart, close the hands. Breathe in, rise them up again, and breathe out, fingertips to the floor if you can reach. Inhale the hands onto your shins and come up to the half forward bend. And as you exhale your hands to the mat, step right then left foot back into plank. From plank, you can bring your knees down or keep them up into a low plank hover. Chaturanga. Then release your toes, your thighs, your pelvis, your belly, and breathing in, lift up into Cobra, Bhujangasana. Breathe out, tuck your toes, push back and up to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Now have a good stretch here. Allow your breath to be quite strong in a Ujjayi Pranayama, the ocean breath. Deep inhale, full exhale. One more full breath in and out. Now, we didn't jump yet, we're not quite warm enough. So when you look at your hands, bend your knees and take a big wide step to your right hand with your right foot and to your left hand with your left foot and squat. Let yourself go right down in the center, dropping down through the tail and feeling light through the heart center and top of your crown. As you inhale, rise up, turn the toes to face forward. Exhale, hands to the heart, round one complete. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to Padma Mudra, looking down into the lotus flower with appreciation of being here today. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, try to touch the floor. Inhale, halfway up, hands on the shins. Exhale into plank with the left leg leading, stepping back and then right. Knees up or down, Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank. And then through to either Cobra, or you can do an upward facing dog with your thighs off the floor. Then tucking your toes, downward facing dog. And again, take about 3 deep breaths to really feel the back body stretch. Instead of thinking about all the parts of our body that can be irritating when they feel tight or injured, let's just appreciate that we can still move. We can still get our body into all these different shapes to improve our health and well-being. As you look at your hands, take a big step with your left foot towards your left hand and right foot with your right hand. Squat down, look forward, and feel a little lift inside your pelvic floor as you prepare to rise and rise up. Turn the toes to point forward. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale in the hands into Padma Mudra like a flower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fingertips to the floor if you can reach. Inhale, halfway up. Now draw the tummy in, and this time if you want to, jump into the low plank, bending elbows but not bending the spine. And then up to cobra or the upward facing dog. And everybody downward facing dog. Stretch it out, breathe it out. Press backwards through your heels. Lift upwards through your armpits. Let your head hang. If you feel you want to and you feel you're ready to, you can leapfrog into the squat, or you equally can step. Bending the knees, looking forward, pulling your tummy in. Squat at the front of your mat. Hands to prayer, drop the tail. Well done. Inhale, push up, turn the toes to face forward. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, the hands to Padma Mudra, the lotus flower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, touch the floor. Inhale, halfway up, now really pull your tummy in and step or jump to plank and low plank. Pressing through to cobra or upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Stretch it out. Lengthen the back body by pushing backwards with your heels. Pulling up on the thighs, the belly, the ribs, the armpits. Letting your head hang. And for the last time, stepping or jumping forward to the squat. Jump. And sit here for a moment longer than before, pressing your arms into your inner legs to try and get a bit more stretch around the groin area. Feel your tailbone is twice as heavy as it actually is. Try to get your toes maybe to point a little more forwards rather than outwards. Drawing up on your pelvic floor to rise. Big breath in, rise up. Now, as you breathe out, bring your feet in a little bit, not all the way together. And then sit into Utkatasana, the chair pose. Pressing backwards with your tail, lifting up with your heart center. I'm going to take my hands to prayer pose because my arm's so sore. You can do the same, or you can keep your arms up. And then just see how your thighs are feeling. As you push back towards the heels with your weight, drop your tail and lift your heart. And then breathing in, lengthen up through the thighs. Breathe out, drop your hands. Well done. Now that we're a bit warmed up, we're going to zone right into the hips. We're going to do that in a seated position before we go any further. Let's come down. And once you're down, just take your legs comfortably wide. Remind myself where I'm going, as I didn't teach yesterday. I would have normally have done this to my other students yesterday, but there's no way I could teach yesterday. Bend your right leg. And with both hands under your right foot, lift the weight of your foot up. And try to get your foot and your knee to almost the same height where doable. Rock the leg out nice and wide, and then bring the foot across the body. Wide and across, rocking the cradle. Notice where there might be tightness. Often it's on the outside here, the gluteus medius and down the IT band. That stops you coming all the way over. Once you can identify where is tight in your body, then you can start to zone in on those places a little bit more. Now this time, as you bring the leg in front of your body, see if with both hands helping it, if you can lift the weight of the lower leg higher, flex the ankle a bit more, and maybe hug the leg in towards your chest. You can put the foot in your inner arm of the left arm and the right arm around the outside, and then just hug. As you're hugging the leg in, lift your chest up and make sure your back is nice and strong. Squeeze, that's really strong on the outer glutes for me there. Probably because I sat on the sofa all day yesterday watching Christmas movies. There's one advantage to not feeling very well. Watch some nice movies. Okay, from there, release the right leg. Let's see how the left one feels. So as you fold it in, Use both hands under rather than over to be gentle with your joints. And rock. Point the knee to the back wall, bring the foot across. Back and across. Back and across. That's it. Rock the cradle. Couple more. And then the next time you bring it in front of your body, try and lift the foot up to match the height of your knee and draw the leg in. If it's doable, pop the sole of the foot in the crook of your right elbow and bring the left arm around the outside. Squeeze in towards the chest and you'll probably feel quite a stretch running up the outside of your left leg. I say probably because not everyone will, but most of us will, I think. So pulling in nice and strongly, and at the same time using your tummy muscles, your back muscles, your chest, your shoulders to stay really upright. That's it, good. And then relax the leg. All right, we're going to work up to a pose called Padmasana, Padma, Utkatasana. So when we're standing, we're going to try and get one foot into half lotus. However, if the foot stays nearer the straight leg knee, that's okay. Because sometimes we do this chair pose, which I sometimes call the wobbly chair with our foot here. So if that's what you want to do, that's okay. You can put your bottom against a wall and do it, because we're also going to be adding a little bit more in. But when you do come up, if you feel that you can bring the heel to the frontal hip bone, we're going to try it that way. Okay, it's a half lotus chair pose. Let's come up and start to experiment with that. First of all, bring both feet directly under the sockets of your feet. That's good, I can see you all there, lovely. And then bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, bringing the thumbs to rest near the breastbone. And as you inhale, with both feet still on the ground, repeat your chair pose. Exhale, push the hips back, hopefully feeling a little bit of stretch in the buttocks and strengthen the legs. You really want to delight in how strong your thighs are to hold you here. And then imagine doing it on one leg. Before we do, from your squat, can you rise up onto your tippy toes? And can you squat all the way down to your heels? Because that's something else we're going to add in to the half lotus chair pose. It's going to be a very wobbly half lotus squat. When I tried it on Saturday, I had to hold on to the wall, so please do if you wish. Staying on your tippy toes, rise all the way up, drop your pelvic floor, and then settle down onto your heels and relax. So let's try getting into that half lotus. I'm going to stand on my left leg first and bring my right heel, attempting to sit the heel on the left frontal hip bone. So if you bring your right leg up in front, out turn from the hip as if you were going to do tree pose. Catch the foot underneath. And as we did on the ground, you can do a little rocking if you have the balance. And then how high up, without pain, can you sit your right heel on the upper left thigh? Like I say, don't worry if it's down here. That's okay. It's more about the balance. And if you've got your knee pointing down, this is where we're aiming for ultimately. And believe me, when I used to do this many years ago, it was out here somewhere, the foot was down there. So it all takes time. If you can keep the foot there by pressing the thigh against the foot against the thigh, take hands to prayer. Now push your bum back and take the weight in your left heel and hold. And feel a bigger stretch in the lifted leg buttock. Well, that's what I'm feeling anyway. Lift the heart center. You don't have to go very deep here. Well done. And then rise up and ground both feet. Next time we do it on that leg, we'll try going onto our tippy toes. Finding your place on the earth, drawing up pelvic floor, pulling in the navel. Bring the left foot up, knee in front of the hip. Out turn, pointing knee and toes to the left. Reach forward and catch your foot, preferably under it. And then bring it up as high onto the left leg as you can. Point the knee downwards, holding the foot in place with your right hand for a moment. Then pressing right thigh and left foot together, handstand Jali Mudra. Well done. Push the hips back, take the weight into the right heel and squat. Good work. Ekapada Utkatasana. Ekapada Padma. One leg in lotus pose. Utkatasana, chair pose. Feel the stretch, feel the balance. And then lifting your pelvic floor really strongly, rise up and take the foot to the earth. So you can do exactly the same again. No need to then come onto your toes and try to squat low. But think about it as having a bit of fun. In fact, somebody on Saturday messaged me afterwards and said that was really fun, the toe squatting. So some people's idea of fun might be your idea of hell. So if you don't want to go onto your toes, don't do it. I am going to turn sideways just in case I fall over, so I've got something to hold on to. Let's try it again. Standing strong on our left. Bringing right knee up. Out turn right leg and guide the right heel as high up the left thigh as possible. Holding onto the foot and asking the right knee to point to the floor. It might not obey you, but you can ask it. Then bring in the handstand Jali Mudra. Begin to push your bottom back. And then, I should have said, sorry, I did this on Saturday as well. You can have blocks in front. That might help you to squat lower on your toes. So if you want to come out of it, please do. You can have blocks there for your hands. Then as you squat lower, you can hold the blocks. Then rock onto the left tippy toes and squat all the way down. Then the biggest challenge is to bring the hands back. Oh, Jali Mudra. I'm cheating, my right knee is resting on the block, but that's okay. Using props helps the body to learn what you would like it to do for you. How are we doing? Well done, well done. Keep working. You can stay upright, you can stay flat on the left foot. You can go onto the tiptoes to work the feet stronger. And then if you're using blocks, hands on the blocks, push up, drop your left heel, and then the right foot down and shake out your legs one more time. And then that'll be the hardest part of class over once you've done this, I think anyway. So standing strong, nice and upright, tail down, pelvic floor up. Left knee comes up and turns out from the hip. Guide left heel as high up the right thigh as possible. Holding it there with your right hand, ask the left knee to point to the floor. Press thigh and foot together and bring handstand Jali Mudra. Begin to push backwards so the weight goes to your right heel. And when you can't get any lower, try rocking onto your tippy toes, maybe holding blocks or a wall, and go all the way down, bottom to right heel, and hold. You could then use the blocks to support your knees and hands to prayer pose. So much better with the blocks there. I didn't think of resting my knees on them in Saturday's class. By the way, tomorrow's class, I'm excited about it. It's called the 12 Poses of Christmas. It's the last Saturday before Christmas. Tinsel and jingly bells are optional. Now, placing your hands strongly on blocks or floor if you're down that low, push up and release your legs. Give them a good stretch out. Well done. Well, again, we're going to come down to the floor and then back up for one more standing pose. We're going to practice it on the floor first. Come on down, stretch out your legs in front of you. And if you wish, you can use a strap. It's a forward bend. And you can also sit on the edge of a blanket or a cushion for Janu Shirshasana, head beyond knee pose. Let's extend the right leg. Bend the left one in until the heel comes right in towards the groin. And then out turn the left leg. And hopefully the leg goes onto the floor. If it doesn't and your hip feels okay with that, then no need to do any more. But if it feels tense in the left hip, then do put a block or a cushion under your left thigh. Turning to look at your right leg, take your whole torso in a twist to the right, looking over your right shoulder. Then keep your right hand to the right of you. Come back to center over your right leg. Inhale the left arm up, ouch, and then lifting your tummy muscles. Exhale and stretch to the outside of your right leg with your left hand. Or you can use a strap around your foot. Bring the right hand forward to the big toe side of your right foot, or both hands hold the strap. If you're holding your foot, flare your elbows wide and come forward, bringing the top of your head towards the body of your foot, moving forward with your heart center and downwards over your right leg, but that doesn't matter. Just think about going forwards first. We are going to be standing on one leg, lifting the other leg straight with our strap, and then folding our upper body and leg together. It's the standing variation. It's called Dandayamana Janu Shirshasana. Danda means a stick, a straight line. Big breath in, rise up. Breathing out, change legs. Left straight, right in and out turned. Take the whole torso to the left. Squeeze round. It helps to center us over the left leg. And as you come back, just keep the left hand on the floor to the left. If you're using the hands. If you're using the strap, you can go ahead and loop it around your foot. Inhale the right arm up. And as you reach forward, try and grab the outside edge of the left foot with the right hand. And then left hand to the inside edge. Flaring elbows or holding the strap. Come forward. Think about really lifting up through your heart center and reaching the chest forward over the thigh and the crown of your head towards the body of your foot. Bringing your shirsha beyond your janu, your head beyond your knee. Fold. Now, of course, it's much more difficult for most people to do it standing because of the balance issues. You have to more or less, without hurting yourself, lock out your standing knee, really lift it up and tense all the muscles so that you can be strong and steady to reach forward. You don't often hear me saying lock out because it can be detrimental to the knee. So if you have any knee issues, don't lock the knee. This comes more from the Bikram style of yoga, who in all the standing poses says lock the knee. As you inhale, release and rise. And then just be comfortable for a moment. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to take my strap doubled a couple of times. And if you watch the knee closest to the camera, if I had a bend in my knee, you would be able to see that. And normally I do keep a little bend in my knee. But as I say, in this particular style of Bikram yoga, it's suggested that you really try and keep the standing leg knee as straight as possible. So I'm going to try. It will probably bend again, but I'm going to try. So my left leg staying straight, my right leg coming up, looping the strap. You can use this wide open a strap or fold it as you want, around the sole of your foot, and good hold. Lift up tall, really locking out the standing leg. Extending the lifted leg and pulling torso forward over leg. Yes? Shall we try? Let's come up. Bring in a strap unless you know that you can hold your foot easily. I would say use a strap. So I doubled mine in half and then in half again. If you think that's good for you, go ahead, or maybe a little bit bigger. Stand strong. Feet under hip sockets. Dandayamana Janu Shirshasana. Standing stick, head to knee pose. It's really head beyond knee pose. Lift up above your knees, really pull up your muscle tone. Drop your pelvic floor and drop in your belly. No stress, no strain, just do what you can. Even if you want to just practice standing balance, just holding the knee is absolutely fine. Let's bring the right knee up. And for those that want to go into the forward bend, take your strap and bring it around your foot. Now pause there. Relift your left thigh muscles, pull them in. Inhale, kick with your right heel forward. Exhale, hold, get the balance. Inhale, flare your elbows wide. And exhale, pull the tummy in and come forward over your right leg towards nose on shin. Hold and breathe. Dandayamana Janu Shirshasana. It's a wobbly one. That's it. Well done. Good. Holding the knee is fine. It's still such good work for your nervous system, improving your balance, making the mind focus. Good work. Well done. And relax that side. Woo. Standing poses are hard this week. Okay. Challenging. Challenging is a better word. Just like life. Standing on your right leg. Lift your left knee up. If you want to stay with this, just practice your balance. That's absolutely fine. If you can bring the left knee a little higher, lean forward, loop the strap around the base of your toes, re-lengthen your right leg, and then kick out through your left heel, push. Try and keep your hips level. Don't hitch your bottom out to the left. Pull up on the right knee, flare the elbows, fold over the left leg. Breathe as if every moment and every pose is a celebration of life. Because it is. Without the breath, we don't exist. 3 more deep breaths if you can, wherever you are. And then bend the knee and relax. Let the strap go, pop it down on the floor, kick out your legs. Well done. Come back to sitting on your prop if you were using one. For Paschimottanasana, both legs straight forward bend. Now we're on the floor for the rest of the class. Press the heels away. Toes are pointed up, nice and strong. Legs are as straight as you can. And if you find both legs being straight forward folding is difficult, sometimes just going a little bit wider is beneficial. But think about lifting up from your hips, coming out of your pelvic girdle. Breathing in, raise the arms if you can. I'm just going to keep my hands here. And breathing out, fold forward towards catching your feet. You can use a strap, but really it doesn't matter how far down your arms reach. Just work into the back body. Paschim, the west of our body. Paschimottanasana is an asana, a posture that's like a gift for your back body. So nourish your body with this gift. Don't force. Take 3 more nice, deep, mindful breaths, really feeling the breath entering and leaving, each one. And after your 3 breaths, relax and rise. And then come over onto your knees. If you find kneeling poses quite uncomfortable on your knees, if you have a blanket or if you want to fold part of your mat kind of in the middle, so if you've never done that before, you just take your mat and make a fold in it where your knees will be, and that will be helpful. or a blanket that's not too thick, so you don't want it to make you wobble around. I'm going to open mine up and just have it under my knees. Feel free to do the same. And coming on to your hands and knees, stretching out your toes, making every toenail where possible. Come on to the mat. Fingers nice and wide, big spaces between each digit. And arms straight, shoulders coming forward. Exhale in this neutral square position. With a big breath into cow pose, send chin and chest forward, hips up and back. Fully exhale into cat. Bring tail under, chin to chest, navel to spine. Twice more. Cow and cat. Cow and cat. Come into neutral, really lift the tummy. Now as you breathe in, feel your left foot and your right hand in particular. And as you breathe out, raise your right leg behind you. Inhale the left arm in front of you into Superman, sometimes called bird dog pose. Keep feeling your left foot on the floor, your right hand on the floor. And then return left hand and right knee. And then the opposite, pulling in your belly, lengthen left leg up and right arm forward and up, straight ahead. Feel your right foot, feel your left hand. Breathe and release. And then I'd like you to come to a comfortable position. I want to show you a little sequence, beginning with the cow cat, lifting one leg but into a different position. And we're going to do this 3 times each side. So let me show you the flow. I'm going to inhale to cow and exhale to cat. When I come back to neutral, I'm going to take my right leg up and then step it behind so the big toe touches the floor. Then I'm going to turn to my right and lift my right arm in a variation of side plank. Now this is a tricky bit. I'm going to lift the right leg up and I'm going to try and catch it into a side bow position. I had a few students contacting me to say how much they enjoyed this particular pose, the side bow. And then we come back down, we do it all to the other side. So it is a little bit wobbly because you're on the same leg, same hand. Be careful. Let's do it. Try to let it flow. So lovely deep breaths with each pose. From your square pose, pull in your tummy. Inhale to cow position, look forward. Exhale, suck up your belly, round your back, cat. Come to neutral. Inhale the right leg in the air and exhale it to the left of your left leg, big toe on the floor. Turn the torso right, look right, raise the right arm. Hold here, breathe. And then feeling your left foot, left hand firmly on the floor, raise your right leg and aim to catch it. Don't worry if you can't catch. Press the chest to the right, pull the leg behind. So feel a stretch in your right thigh, perhaps. Then bring it down back to the start. Ready for the left side. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. From neutral, inhale the left leg in the air. Exhale it to the floor with your big toe to the right. Inhale the left arm up, side plank, exhale. Now feel the right foot, right hand firmly on the floor. Lift your left leg and aim to catch it. Pull leg back, chest forward. It's better this side, I have more balance this side. Feel a stretch perhaps in the front left thigh, across your chest and your shoulders. Again, from center. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, right leg up and over. Exhale, right arm up, side plank. Inhale, raise the right leg and try and catch it. Exhale, pull the leg back, the chest to the right. Take a deep breath in and out to release. Hands and knees down. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Neutral spine, inhale, left leg up. Exhale it over and raise the left arm, side plank. Nice. Inhale, lift the left leg and try to catch it. Exhale. Now press chest forward, pull leg back. There's one of my cats coming. She's going to get in my way here. Yeah, she's going right in the middle. You're going to get squashed, Kelly. And bring the left knee down. Hello, pussycat. Mwah. Last time to each side, everyone. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral as you lift your right leg, step it over to the floor. Exhale, turn right, lift the right arm. Tummy strong, feet and hand on the floor strong. Lift the right leg, try and catch it. And press chest forward, breathe in. Pull leg back in a bow shape, breathe out. And return to center for the last round. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral and lift your left leg. Take it over to the right big toe down. Exhale, left arm up. Press into the foot, press into the hand, raise the left leg, try and catch. Draw the thigh back, the chest forward, stretch. And smile. And breathe and appreciate your body's ability. And bring it back and drop your hips right back to your heels. You can take the knees wide or keep them close together. You can stretch the arms forward or make fists to rest your head on, hands under your forehead. One arm's behind you by your feet. Take deep breaths. Do a time check. Okay. And then slowly rising for the final demonstration. Come and have a look where I'm going with this next flow. It's 4 poses, and we're going to be in each 4 a lot longer than we were in those last ones. The first pose is going to be a right knee forward pigeon. From the pigeon, we'll bring our left leg forward, right leg out, and repeat our Janushirshasana. From Janushirshasana, we'll cross the right leg over, turn right into a twist. And our final one, when we come out of the twist, we try and tuck the left leg in a little, right leg on top to the fire log. So it might be handy to have cushions, blocks, etc. Especially for this one, you can always put the foot up on a prop. You can be in crossed ankles for the last one if fire log is too intense for you. All right, last 4 to the right, repeating to the left, and then we start to wind down a little. So come into your hands and knees and bringing your right knee forward towards your right thumb. Your left leg, as if someone is pulling it to the back of your mat, fully extend. With the weight on your right hand, perhaps use your left hand to bring the right foot more forward, more to the left, if your hips and knees allow. And then with hands on the floor, or you could have 1 or 2 blocks here to try and hold you up a little higher, feel free to use props. Pressing centrally down through the pubic area, extending backwards through the left leg, perhaps feeling the top of your left thigh, anywhere around the groin is normal to feel. The right buttock for most people is the most intense. And we don't want any pain in the right knee, so modify where necessary. Just another 3 breaths here. And you probably, most people do feel it in the lumbar spine, the lower back. You can see the deep curve in my back, so it's obviously going to compress a little, which can help to prevent osteoporosis. Compression is not always a bad thing. At the end of those 3 breaths, help yourself down to your right a little. Swing the left leg forward and the right foot wider and bring the heel towards the groin to repeat the Janu Shirsasana from earlier, which perhaps you'll find you go a little further. Left hand to the floor, or you can use a strap to hold your foot. Try to keep the legs straight. Inhale the right arm up. Reach down and across to the outer left. And exhale, left arm over to the right of the left foot. Elbows open, come up, forward, and then down. Perhaps it's feeling a little easier than first time. Notice. Breathe. Don't let the head hang, but neither do you want to poke the chin up. So think about making your neck as neutral as possible. Not hanging, not bending. On the next inhale, pull in your tummy, lift your pelvic floor and rise softly up. As you exhale, bring your right knee to point to the ceiling and then help it to the left of the left leg. We'll just leave the left leg straight for this one. Inhaling the arms up to, oh my achy arm, to the sky, and then exhaling to your right hand to the floor, left hand, or normally I would put the outside of my left arm to the outside of the thigh. Today I'm hugging because of that booster shot. So press the floor away, rotate your torso right. Sorry for moaning. Just have to hope it does all it says it's going to do. Keep us protected. I know it's still possible to contract the virus. I know people who's had both their shots and their booster and still got COVID, but hopefully nothing as bad as it might be. And we keep ourselves as healthy as possible. Drink lots of water, eat plenty of fresh vegetables and fruit. Keep your body healthy. Now, as you come to the center, keep the right foot there for a moment. And then leaning to your left, I'm just going to bring my left hand down, but not too far. I don't want to be falling back. Just feeling some weight on my left hand. And trying to bend my left leg so it comes forward. The foot is in the same line as the knee. So I'm not bringing it in here. It's not shoelace. It's firelog. And I'm flexing that left ankle. Your knee might not be on the floor, but persevere for a moment. Then try to get your right buttock down. I know it's not always possible. And take your right foot. Remember all this that we did? You could hold it there if you want. Or perhaps bring it forward onto a prop. Or can it go onto your own thigh? The inner thigh close to your left knee. And then you want the right knee down onto or close to the left ankle that's underneath. If it's all too much, go to a crossed ankle position of your, still feeling something's your ability. You can bring the hands behind, you can lean back from it and just focus on allowing the hips to do what they need to do. If your right knee is quite high, but you're managing to sit here, you could try turning to the right. Maybe even placing your forearm or both arms on the right inner thigh, but don't be pushing and shoving. Or you can stay centered and center your forearms one on top of the other on the top leg or even on the floor in front, which is the strongest variation. Ooh, right buttock is definitely on fire. Fire log pose. Agni Stambhasana, fire log. Breathe. Remember as well over the Christmas break, I know a lot of classes will be on, but a lot will be off. Obviously, my Friday and Saturday will be off because it's New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. But there are 4 recordings from the previous 4 Fridays and 4 of the previous Saturdays. And one of them is a restorative routine. You just get your bolster out, get your blankets, and do it on record whenever you're feeling that you just want to be completely relaxed. Tomorrow and next Friday is the 12 poses of Christmas. We have tree, we have warriors, 1, 2, and 3. We have planks, we have boats, we have sleeping swans, we have cow face pose, side trees, wall split, and a cheeky wee Hanumanasana, the splits to finish with. Breathing in, everyone, rise up. That was a bit of an evil laugh there. And come back to your knees, and let's go through that whole thing on the opposite side. From all fours. Slide the left knee towards left hand. The right leg as if being pulled, push it back as far as it will go. Maybe using your right hand to bring the left foot more to the right, to whatever your knee is happy with. Center yourself, and perhaps with a block on either side or one in front, try to come as upright through the crown of your head as possible. Now, I don't get nearly so deep on this side. I can feel it, I can see it as I look at the screen, the big space under my right thigh, and that's just the makeup of my right hip. It always outturns slightly, so it's really difficult for me to keep pulling my right hip centered. It takes a lot of concentration. I only started noticing it a couple of years ago, but I think it is just going to be one of those anatomical things that I'm not going to be able to change. But I keep trying, without force. Pigeon, Kapotasana. Kapotasana. Kapot is a pigeon. One thing you don't see much of around here, plenty crows and some beautiful birds. There's a bird called the Red Admiral. It's so lovely, and it's got a beautiful song. You hear it just mainly at dusk, and it whistles like somebody who can whistle really well. It almost sounds human, but in a nice song. It's really lovely. And hummingbirds, of course, although they're not around now in the winter. Let's sit down towards the left buttock and swing your right leg forward, moving the left knee wider from the hip. Straighten the right leg, bring left heel towards the ground where doable. Turning towards your right leg. Breathing in, reach up if you can. Breathing out, stretch left hand to outer right foot, right hand to inner right foot. Flare the elbows or use your strap around your foot and pull forward. Noticing the difference on this leg, perhaps. Think of the right buttock going back. Even nudge it back a little to the back short end of your mat. And the right heel moving forward to the front short end. Torso stretching over the right leg. Now, as you gently rise up, pull in your tummy, lift your pelvic floor, support yourself coming up. And then point your left knee to the sky. Step over to the right of the right leg. Inhale, rise up strong through your crown, bring left hand behind, right hand or right upper arm to the outer left leg. Press down into the floor, rise up through your crown and spiral around with your breath. Breathing strong, squeezing your digestive muscles around, making the spine more mobile, the chest, the shoulders, the neck. Look over your left shoulder. Take 2 more deep breaths. See if you can go any further without force. And then inhale back to the center when you're ready. As you exhale, you're going to try and bring your right foot in, not too far, just in line with your right knee. And then sitting down into your left buttock, you bring the left outer knee on top of the right ankle, and the ankle of the left foot on top of the right knee on the inner thigh. Make use of props or simply cross your legs to where you feel it's best for your body today. Maybe again, lean back, see what you need on this side. Maybe lean left, putting some weight of your own arm on your left inner thigh. I used to do this for months in this pose. I would turn to the side where the knee was up. And eventually now I can come forward. Knee is on ankle, ankle is on knee. And I'm not saying it's easy because it's really intense. It's a pain in the bum to be sure. And if you want it really intense, then the forearms are stacked on the floor, just in front of the legs. The bottom stays grounded, head hangs. One, 2, or 3 more breaths. And when you've had enough, rising up and stretching out. Now, bring your heels all the way to the short end of your mat and stretch out your legs. We're going to lie down into banana asana. So we want to start very much in the middle of our mat. And once we lie down, we'll swing our legs to the right and we'll bring our head and shoulders to the right. But the bottom stays right where it is right now. So pull in your tummy, lower yourself down, release. Then swing your straight legs outside of your mat to the right. Bring your arms up overhead. And use your right hand to pull yourself over, grabbing your left wrist or forearm, and pull head and shoulders to the upper right side of your mat. Find where your head is most relaxed, maybe tucking the right ear close to right shoulder. Now experiment with your legs. You can keep them side by side, or lock them in place by taking right ankle over left. How does that feel? Or take left ankle over right, which might give you more of a stretch. Banana asana, stretching out the left side of your body with a small compression feeling on your right side of your waist. Breathe. As you're lying here again, think about what you appreciate most this very day, this very 90 minutes, having this time perhaps, having the space to flow through and make your body and mind feel better, more released in every way. Give thanks for your body. When you're ready, bring everything back to the center, arms down by your side, legs in the middle, and just take a second or two to find yourself straight line. Then swing the straight legs to the outside left of your mat. And once they're there, bring your arms up and over, holding perhaps the right wrist with your left hand to pull your head and shoulders and upper body to the side of your mat. And settle your head perhaps into the left shoulder. Trying to find a quote that I read out on Saturday's class. Just screenshot here. Yes. When I was putting together the sequence about appreciation, a question arose and I thought, what is so different? I mean, we more often do sequences and call them about gratitude, having gratitude for all these things. Is there any difference between appreciation and gratitude? So I went on to good old Google, and this is what I read. Appreciation is about acknowledging the perceived value of something or someone. Gratitude is about feeling thankful, either as a direct beneficiary or on behalf of someone else. So we could appreciate the way that yoga, in all terms, has been passed on from centuries, passed on down from teacher to teacher. And we have gratitude and thanks for how it affects us personally. So appreciate the history. Appreciate all the teachers gone before us. Appreciate all the teachers that we have now. There in Kippy, you have so many teachers to appreciate. You have Deborah and Elaine, I'm not going to remember them all now. I can see all their faces. Louisa, or Louise, Sheila, Vicky. Have I named them all? I've probably forgotten someone. Oh, Laura. So you have so many. The next time you see your yoga teacher, tell them how much you appreciate them. They'll be very grateful. And the thing is, we should all accept praise. And as soon as someone praises us, say, you know, I really appreciate you, your answer should be thank you. Nothing more, nothing less. Give thanks, feel the humility. And for yoga teachers, what one of my teachers taught me was either out loud or under your breath to say the thank you out loud and then inwardly say, by the grace of my teachers before me. Because we wouldn't be doing what we are doing without the teachings that have been passed down. So I hope you all, I know you do, you appreciate the history, the culture of yoga and its teachers. When you've had enough of Banana Asana on both sides, find your center. And probably quite spontaneously, you might feel like hugging your knees. So go ahead, do any last moves that you want to do, rocking, happy babies, just knee hugs. And then finding your position for meditation. It can be sitting or, of course, lying down. Having had quite a lot of standing poses, you might want to go into Shavasana. That's absolutely fine. Wherever you're most comfortable, wherever you can keep your focus without worrying about the body. And well done, everyone. Some tough poses there. So remember, tomorrow's class will be recorded and available for you to practice, as next Friday is Christmas Eve. There'll be no live. Appreciation is our meditation. As you get comfortable, find your space. Let go of the body. Let go of everything we've done in this past 70 or so minutes. The intention of today was all about appreciation, and the guided meditation's intention is to give you the space to appreciate this moment, to help you take a break from striving, achieving, thinking into the future, which can cause excitement but also stress, to help you practice letting go of anything about the past that can also cause anxiety, judgment, nostalgia. All these things can pull you away from the beauty from the appreciation of this present moment, from all the small and the big blessings that you have in your life right now, honoring them and feeling more connected. So with eyes either softly half open or fully closed, making any last minute adjustments to feel more comfortable, alert but relaxed. Be aware of your breath coming and going. Feel a beautiful warmth spread across your body from the sequence of asanas today as you further melt into relaxation. I'd like you to take a brief scan of your body from head to toe, identifying parts, movements, physical abilities that you really appreciate about your body. And as you scan, say a silent thank you every time something comes to mind. Like, thank you, legs, for everything you enable me to do, for everywhere we traveled together. And for the next few moments, simply appreciate your body. This is also a really nice practice to do as you're falling asleep every night, thanking your body for what you've experienced that day, where your body has traveled with you, what you've done. It's like your car. You need to look after it to make it move smoothly. Now, I'd like you to imagine a circle being drawn around you that is a mile around where you're currently sitting or lying. A full mile around you, a great big circle. And bring your awareness to everything that would be within that circle. Your living space, loved ones, pets, animals, neighbors, perhaps trees, flowers, grass, meaningful locations within that 1 mile radius. And let your mind scan everything there and say thank you for each of the things you identify that's in your 1 mile circle. Feel the warmth of appreciation for your surroundings. Imagine yourself in relation to the entire planet. See yourself wherever you are in the corner of your world, so small compared to everything and everyone that exists on Earth. But recognize how significant you are as a part of this beautiful human race. Take a moment to think of all the reasons to appreciate the world around you and silently thank them as you identify these reasons. Or appreciate the breathtaking places you've been in this world, or the people you love who are scattered in different countries, or simply appreciation for this very moment. Whatever it is, show appreciation for it all. There is so much greatness in all our lives right now. No matter what we're going through, there's always something to be thought of as a blessing. You're surrounded by blessings. Let's conclude our practice by bringing our awareness to the unidentifiable place that is your soul, your inner self, where it feels most at home. You're connected to all of this. You are a part of it all. The body, the local surroundings, the global surroundings, the universe, and your soul. Appreciate the magical truth that you are blessed. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. I'd like to add my appreciation for you all attending classes. Thank you so much for choosing me today as your guide, your teacher. And if you have any questions, please do get in touch. Remain in Shavasana if you wish, or if you feel ready to leave your practice now with a stretch and a wiggle, then you can come to sitting and place our hands in Anjali Mudra to say goodbye. Don't feel you have to, though. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming along. Remember to access and use those recordings as much as you wish. And for now, namaste. And if I don't see you on the mat tomorrow, have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll see you
Thank you.
in 2022.
You too. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alcina.
And
Thank you,
have a
Ruth.
lovely
Thank you,
Christmas as
Gail. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Thanks, Karina.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Karina.
Well, was there
Bye.
too. Lynn and Margie, I missed
Bye.
you online. Oh, there was quite a few of you
I
there.
was late arriving.
Thank you.
That's okay, as long as you got the best of it.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks
See
very
you
much.
soon.
Merry Christmas when it comes.
Thank you. You
Merry
too.
Christmas, Karina.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.